Hey everyone, ready to unlock some serious word power?
I love it.
Because today, we're diving deep, really deep,
Oh, okay.
into the fascinating world of English expressions.
Right.
We're talking about those phrases, the ones we use all the time.
Yeah.
But maybe, and I'm guilty of this too,
Sure.
we don't think twice about where they come from.
Right. Like they just roll off the tongue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for today.
Absolutely.
You've provided us with some real gems to unpack.
Okay.
And let's start with jump the gun.
All right.
I use that one all the time.
Right.
But honestly,
Yeah.
I've never pictured an actual gun.
Well, get ready for a visual
Okay.
because this phrase, it takes us all the way back
Okay.
to the early 1900s.
Wow.
The world of track and field.
Oh, okay.
You got these runners all keyed up,
Yeah.
waiting for that starting signal.
Right.
But instead of those like starting pistols that we're used to today,
Yeah.
they used, wait for it, actual guns.
Oh, wow.
Starter pistols, to be precise.
Wow. Talk about pressure. You would definitely want to be sure of your timing with that.
Absolutely. Now imagine a runner, right? Getting a little too eager.
Oh, no.
Maybe they're,
Nerves.
nerves get the best of them, yeah.
Yeah.
And they take off before the gun has fired.
Oops. A false start.
Exactly.
I've definitely been there, but not on a racetrack, thankfully.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is a perfect example of jumping the gun.
Literally.
They literally jumped the gun.
That is so cool. So next time I use that phrase, I'll be picturing those like determined athletes.
Right.
And hopefully not making their mistake.
It's a great reminder
Yeah.
that timing is everything.
Right.
Just like in a race, sometimes it's better to be strategic,
Right.
hold back than to rush in and risk it all.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny how those old expressions can still hold so much relevance today.
I know, right?
Speaking of words with hidden depths, what about kudos?
Oh, good one.
I have a feeling there's more to this one than meets the eye.
You're right on the money. Kudos might seem like, a simple word,
Yeah.
but it actually has a pretty impressive lineage.
Oh.
It originates from the Greek word kaidos,
Okay.
meaning glory or fame.
Wow, glory and fame. That's a lot of weight for such a little word to carry.
Right. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Kudos is actually a singular noun.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was plural, like congratulations.
Yeah, it's a common misconception. You see that S at the end tends to trip people up.
Right.
Over time, English speakers, we started using it as a plural word, even though grammatically speaking,
Yeah.
it's not.
Mind blown. So if I wanted to use kudos in a sentence, I could say something like, kudos to you for knowing that little grammar nugget.
Exactly. Or she received kudos for her incredible performance.
Right.
It's a versatile word,
It works in all sorts of situations.
That's really interesting, and I'm never going to hear it the same way again.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'll be listening for that singular use
Right.
and feeling very smug about it.
There you go.
Okay, ready for our next word exploration?
Absolutely. Let's talk about charisma.
Okay.
Because who hasn't wondered what makes certain people so magnetic and captivating?
Yeah, it's like some people just have this aura about them. They walk into a room and everyone's drawn to them.
Exactly. And once again, the ancient Greeks had a word for it. Charisma.
Okay.
And get this,
All right.
it means divine favor or a gift of grace.
Wow. Divine favor. So charismatic people aren't just charming. They're practically touched by the gods.
Well, maybe not literally.
Right.
But the Greeks, they recognized that certain individuals possess an almost supernatural ability to inspire and influence.
Yeah.
Think about figures like Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Or even fictional characters.
Like Jay Gatsby. They all had that certain something that drew people in.
It's like they radiate this captivating energy, this magnetism.
Right.
That makes you want to listen to them, follow them. I don't know.
Yes, totally. That's the essence of charisma, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about being well-spoken or outgoing.
Right.
It's about that intangible quality that makes people gravitate towards you.
Intangible being the key word here.
Yes.
It's hard to put your finger on what it is exactly.
Right.
But you know it when you see it.
You just feel it.
Yeah, you just feel it.
Yeah.
So how would I use charisma in a sentence?
You could say her charisma and stage presence captivated the entire audience.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's about capturing that inherent allure.
There you go.
Okay, so we've covered jump the gun, kudos, and charisma. What other linguistic adventures await?
Okay, so our next stop takes us from the world of ancient Greece to a much more familiar setting.
Yeah.
The school playground. Get ready to knuckle down as we explore this surprisingly literal expression.
Oh, knuckle down.
Yeah.
That one's all about focus and determination, right?
Exactly. But its origins might surprise you.
Okay.
Picture this. A group of kids huddled over a circle, drawn in the dirt, eyes narrowed in concentration, knuckles pressed firmly to the ground.
Okay.
What game comes to mind?
Knuckles to the ground. I'm getting serious vintage playground vibes here.
Yeah.
Are we talking about marbles?
You got it. Marbles.
Okay.
Knuckle down comes straight from the world of marbles.
Wow.
To play strategically, you'd have to get low to the ground, focus intently.
Right.
Use your knuckles to shoot those marbles with precision.
Ah, so it's about bringing that intense focus and determination to the game.
Exactly.
Literally knuckling down to get a competitive edge.
Yeah, exactly. And that imagery, right?
Yeah.
It translates beautifully to how we use knuckle down today.
Okay.
It's about getting serious.
Yeah.
Right.
Applying yourself fully to a task. Just like those kids focused on their marbles.
So it's like saying, okay, playtime's over. It's time to, focus and get things done.
Yes.
I love that we can find these connections between, our everyday language.
I know.
And these simple, almost nostalgic images.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
These little linguistic time capsules.
Right.
They reveal so much about how our language evolves.
Yeah.
And knuckle down.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Okay.
It's not just about, working hard, right? It's about that laser focus.
Right.
That dedication to seeing something through.
It's interesting you mentioned knuckle down being used in a work context.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of how that might sound?
Absolutely. Imagine you're facing, a tight deadline.
Okay.
You might say to yourself, all right, time to knuckle down and get this project finished.
Right. Or if you're, encouraging a friend who's,
feeling overwhelmed, you could say, I know you've got a lot on your plate, but if you knuckle down and focus on your goals, you'll make incredible progress.
Absolutely.
It's a much more evocative way of saying buckle down or get to work.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about conveying that sense of dedication and perseverance. You're not just going through the motions. You're really digging in.
Yeah.
It's a call to action, a reminder that we have the power to achieve great things when we, set our minds to it and, knuckle down.
I love how these phrases add so much color and personality to our language.
Yeah, totally.
It's like jump the gun, kudos, charisma, knuckle down. They're not just words. They're stories, snapshots of history and culture all rolled into one.
Absolutely. They paint such vivid pictures in our minds.
Right.
And they make our conversations so much more interesting than, just using plain everyday language. It's it's like sprinkling your sentences with a bit of magic.
It's true. And, thinking about these origins, it makes you realize that language is constantly evolving. Who knows what phrases we use today will become tomorrow's linguistic treasure.
That's the beauty of it all.
Right.
Language is a living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
Constantly adapting and changing with us.
Right.
New words and phrases pop up all the time while others fade away, leaving behind these fascinating glimpses into the past.
It's almost like a linguistic scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Trying to trace these phrases back to their roots.
It is. And just like any good scavenger hunt,
yeah,
the real treasure is the journey itself.
I like that.
Every word has a story to tell. And by uncovering those stories, we gain a deeper appreciation for the power and complexity of language.
Right.
Begin to see the connections between, seemingly disparate ideas like ancient Greek philosophers and children playing marbles on a dusty playground.
It makes you realize that language isn't just about communication.
Yeah.
It's about connection.
Absolutely.
Connecting with our history, with different cultures, and even with our own creativity.
Totally.
So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive into these fascinating phrases, what's one key takeaway you hope our listeners walk away with today?
I think for me, the biggest takeaway is that language is just, it's far more dynamic and intriguing than, than we often give it credit for.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's not just about like memorizing definitions and things like that. It's about, like you were saying, understanding the stories behind the words.
Precisely. Every phrase, every idiom, every turn of phrase has a history, right? A journey it's taken to become, a part of our everyday vocabulary.
Right.
And